Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, day 28 of the WarbossTae painting challenge. Getting very close to the end. So, what have I been up to? Well, I woke up this morning, decided that orange was my themed colour of the army, and the orange deserved a highlight. So that is what I did. So yeah, let me just zoom in. So I went in with Fire Dragon Bright, and I did just a very small fine edge highlight of the orange armour. Nothing too heavy, because I want to keep the sort of dirty look to them as such, but I think the highlights have just enhanced that orange quite nicely, so I'm really happy with that. And some of these older warriors, let me just turn one around. They've got like quite a big area at the back, which you know, now that's nice and sharp. It's all sharpened up, so I'm really happy with my decision to go in and do the orange. Just show you some of the others. So that's the witches. Took me about 4 hours, just over 4 hours, to highlight the orange, so not too bad. I've noticed that my edge highlighting skills seem to have got a little bit better, well, certainly quicker anyway, probably because of the edge highlighting that I did on the bone colour yesterday, but yeah, it seemed to go quite well. Particularly happy now how the Talos and Kronos is looking, because that orange front section was looking quite bland before, so that is now really popping, which is nice. And then yeah, yesterday I said if I went in did the orange highlights, I was slightly concerned about highlighting the freehand. Well, I had a good chat with my freehand expert buddy, 33 Clay Dog, and yeah, I said I told him, you know, my situation. I want to sort of highlight the orange, but I'm a bit worried about how to highlight the text. And he pointed out that, well, unless you want it 3D, then in actual fact you don't actually need to highlight the text. I was a bit surprised by that, actually, to be fair, but he's absolutely right, because and if you get writing, say on a wall, I mean, the edges of the wall is highlighted, but the actual writing isn't highlighted. So it does actually make sense. So yeah, I didn't actually highlight the freehand, and it's still popping and looked great. So I am really happy with that advice. So thank you, Clayton. Always gives fantastic advice. So highlighted just on this tray here, the scourges. So I'm getting a bit closer. I can get it to focus. Focus. So there you go. And excuse me, on the grotesques. So they are starting to pop quite nicely. So, not long left. I am now going to concentrate on these grotesques. I've been mulling it over as I was painting, looking intensely at these models, trying to work out what to do to finish them off. I think the main issue is that there's no consistency with the models, where I've got a few of the, was it Bloods of Islands of Blood Skulls or whatever it's called, models, and there's a few other Rat Ogres, but they're a bit of a mix and match in terms of the models. So for example, so they've got something like bulbous things on their back, so I was thinking about painting those. But that's only on some of the models, not all of them. And I think that is my main issue, it's the consistency. I come up with a good idea, think, yeah, I think I'll paint that on them. And then you look on another model and it's like, well, that isn't on the other model. So getting some sort of consistency through the different types of models is my main issue, really. But I've got a few ideas. What I have done is I'm trying to get this to show you on the camera, but I have painted the eyes. So I did orange eyes. I did highlight all the eyes, actually, so all of the eyes on these sort of masks, I did go and do a spot highlight on all the eyes, and then yeah, I painted the eyes on these grotesques. And the only ones that doesn't have eyes is that one, and I'm pretty certain, judging from how deep the eyes are set back, that its eyes are supposed to be covered with that cloth thing. But yeah, that's that's what I worked out anyway. So, very, very close to the end. Yeah, I'm definitely going to concentrate on these grotesques on the last day. I say the last day, I've got 3 days left. Ideally, 1 day for painting, 1 day for varnishing, 1 day for doing the tufts of grass and just finishing anything off that needs to be finished off. So, near the end, still more to do, but nearly there. Okay, so let's have a look at day 28 question. Okay, many people get into miniature wargamings because of the excitement of commanding huge amounts of soldiers on the battlefield. If you could actually command an army in a battle from any of the wargames, from the safety or of a secure fortress, orbiting space station, or an impregnable hive ship, which army would you want to command? Which army would you want to fight against? What do you think, according to the rules, would be the most awesome things to see in a battle? Okay, that is a hard one. I'm going to say the army I'd like to command is going to be the Dark Eldar, and the reason for that is I've immersed myself so much over the last month with this Dark Eldar army, painting like almost, well, what seems like forever, that I'm really into this army at the moment. So I'd like to command this army. And in terms of what weapons would I like to see, I don't really know much about the weapons for the Dark Eldar, really. I know they've obviously got these splinter weapons and stuff. I think I'd like to see Necron weapons in action, like the Gauze guns. That would be pretty cool. You know, how does a Gauze gun? What does it look like? Is it like laser, or how does it work? I'd like to see that in action. I think so. I'd like to see Necron guns in action. I'd command this Dark Eldar army, just because I'm really in touch with it at the moment, where I put so many hours into it. And who would we like to fight against? Who would I like to fight against? Imperial Guard, I think. Yeah, Imperial Guard. Don't know why, but yeah, Imperial Guard. Okay, so that is it for today. Coming up tomorrow, day 29, and we're going to have a look at the, what's it called? The weekly Oath of Moments. More to come.